Welcome back to the channel. I hope you brought a flashlight because tonight we're diving deep into the darkness. We're talking about those beacons of light meant to guide ships to safety. But what happens when the keepers of the light vanish? That's right, tonight we explore the chilling mystery of 3 lighthouses and the keepers who disappeared without a trace. Get ready because these stories are shrouded in mystery, riddled with unsettling details, and will leave you questioning what lurks just beyond the light. Our first tale takes us to the desolate Flannan Isles, a cluster of rocky islands off the coast of Scotland. These islands, often shrouded in mist and mystery, have long been a subject of fascination and fear. The rugged terrain and the relentless waves crashing against the rocks create an eerie atmosphere that has captivated the imagination of many. Perched atop one of these windswept islands stood the Flannan Isles Lighthouse, a lonely sentinel in a sea of churning waves. This lighthouse was not just a beacon of light, but a symbol of hope for sailors navigating the treacherous waters. Its light was a guide, a promise of safety amidst the chaos of the sea. In December of 1900, the lighthouse, usually a beacon for ships navigating the treacherous waters, went strangely dark. The light that once pierced through the darkest nights was extinguished, leaving sailors to fend for themselves in the perilous waters. The sudden darkness was a harbinger of the unsettling events that were about to unfold. When a relief vessel finally arrived, a creeping sense of dread filled the air. The crew, expecting to be greeted by the lighthouse keepers, were instead met with an eerie silence. The fog that enveloped the island seemed thicker, the waves more menacing, as if the island itself was warning them to stay away. The island was deserted. The 3 keepers, seasoned seamen all, had vanished. These men, who had braved countless storms and faced the fury of the sea, were nowhere to be found. Their absence was a mystery, a puzzle with no pieces to fit together. The logbook, left open in the otherwise undisturbed living quarters, held the last entry, dated December 15th. The entries before that day were routine, detailing the daily tasks and weather conditions. But the final entry was different, abrupt, as if the writer had been interrupted by something urgent and terrifying. There were no storms reported, no distress calls made. The entry simply ended mid-sentence. The calm weather recorded in the logbook only deepened the mystery. How could these experienced keepers disappear without a trace on a clear, calm day? Some whisper of rogue waves, monstrous and sudden, that swallowed the keepers whole. These waves, unpredictable and deadly, could have easily swept the men away, leaving no evidence of their fate. The sea, with its immense power, holds many secrets, and rogue waves are one of its most terrifying mysteries. Others speak of a chilling presence felt on the island, an ancient evil that claimed the men for its own. Legends and folklore abound, telling tales of spirits and malevolent forces that inhabit the remote corners of the world. Could it be that the Flannan Isles were home to such a presence, one that demanded a human sacrifice? Whatever the truth, the mystery of the Flannan Isles Lighthouse remains, a chilling reminder of the power of the sea and the secrets it holds. The unanswered questions and the eerie silence of the island continue to haunt those who hear the tale. The Flannan Isles stand as a testament to the unknown, a place where the line between reality and legend blurs, and where the sea keeps its darkest secrets locked away. Our next journey takes us to the remote and unforgiving Eilean Moor, another lonely island off the Scottish coast. This island, shrouded in mystery and legend, has long been a place of fascination and fear. Its rugged beauty is matched only by the treacherous waters that surround it, making it a place few dare to visit. Here, the Eilean Moor Lighthouse stands as a solitary sentinel against the relentless North Atlantic. Built to guide sailors safely through the perilous waters, it has become a symbol of hope and safety. Yet, for all its noble purpose, the lighthouse has a history that is anything but comforting. But this beacon, meant to guide, has its own dark history. The lighthouse, often shrouded in mist and battered by storms, has witnessed events that defy explanation. Its walls have absorbed the whispers of the wind, carrying tales of sorrow and loss. In 1900, the same year as the Flannan Isles disappearance, Eilean Moor became the setting for a series of unexplained events that chilled the blood of even the most hardened seamen. The keepers of the lighthouse, men accustomed to the harshest conditions, found themselves facing something far more sinister than the elements. It began with strange noises, whispers carried on the wind, and a pervasive sense of unease reported by the keepers. These men, who had braved the fiercest storms, were unnerved by the eerie sounds that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Then, one stormy night, all communication with the mainland ceased. The lighthouse, usually a beacon of light and hope, was plunged into darkness and silence. The keepers' last messages spoke of an approaching storm, but there was something more, something they couldn't quite put into words. When a relief vessel finally reached the island, they were greeted by an eerie silence. The island, usually bustling with the activity of the keepers, was now a ghostly, deserted place. The only sounds were the howling wind and the crashing waves, as if the island itself was mourning the loss. The door to the lighthouse was locked from the inside, the table set for a meal never eaten. It was as if the keepers had vanished into thin air, leaving behind a scene frozen in time. The untouched meal, a stark reminder of their sudden and unexplained disappearance. Inside, the three keepers were gone. Their personal belongings were left behind, untouched, as if they had simply stepped out for a moment. But they never returned, and no trace of them was ever found. The only clue? A single chair overturned as if in a struggle. This small detail, seemingly insignificant, hinted at a sudden and violent event. But what could have caused such a disturbance? Theories began to emerge, each more fantastical than the last. Theories abound, from a desperate fight with pirates to the lighthouse's location on a thin place, where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. Some believe the keepers were taken by supernatural forces. Others think they were victims of foul play. But no theory has ever been proven, and the mystery remains unsolved. But the truth, much like the missing keepers, remains lost to the howling winds and crashing waves of Eileen Moor. The island continues to stand as a silent witness to the events of that fateful night, its secrets buried deep within its rugged landscape. As the wind whispers through the rocks and the waves crash against the shore, the mystery of Eileen Moor endures, a haunting reminder of the unknown. Chapter 3. Shadows of St. Augustine. Our final descent into darkness takes us to the shores of St. Augustine, Florida, home to the iconic St. Augustine Lighthouse. This historic beacon, standing tall against the backdrop of the Atlantic Ocean, has been a guiding light for sailors since its construction in 1874. But beyond its practical purpose, the lighthouse harbors secrets and stories that have been whispered through generations. This towering structure, a beacon of hope for sailors since 1874, harbors a dark and tragic past. The lighthouse, with its spiral staircase and panoramic views, is not just a marvel of engineering, but also a repository of sorrow and mystery. Many who have worked here or visited have felt an inexplicable chill, as if the very walls of the lighthouse are imbued with the memories of those who once walked its halls. Over the years, numerous keepers have reported strange occurrences, cold spots and disembodied voices echoing through the tower. These phenomena have been documented and investigated by paranormal experts, yet they remain unexplained. The lighthouse seems to be a magnet for the supernatural, drawing in energies and spirits from beyond our realm. But the most chilling tale is that of two young girls who met an untimely end on the lighthouse grounds. Their story is one of innocence lost and a haunting that has persisted through the decades. The girls, full of life and curiosity, were the daughters of a former lighthouse keeper, and their presence is still felt by many who visit. Legend has it that the girls, daughters of a former keeper, were playing near the construction site when tragedy struck. The construction site, bustling with activity and danger, was no place for children, yet their playful spirits led them there. It was a day like any other, filled with laughter and games until fate intervened. Their small toy wagon tumbled down the steep embankment, plunging them to their deaths. The sight of the wagon, once a symbol of their joy, now serves as a grim reminder of the fragility of life. The steep embankment with its treacherous drop became the final resting place for the young souls. To this day, visitors claim to hear the laughter of children echoing through the lighthouse, a haunting reminder of the tragedy that unfolded so long ago. The echoes of their laughter, faint yet unmistakable, send shivers down the spines of those who hear it. It's as if the girls are still playing, their spirits unable to move on from the place they once called home. Some even claim to have captured images of the girls, their spectral forms forever bound to the grounds where they lost their lives. These images, often blurry and ethereal, show the outlines of the children, their faces filled with an otherworldly glow. Paranormal investigators have spent countless hours trying to communicate with these spirits, hoping to understand their plight and perhaps help them find peace. The St. Augustine Lighthouse stands as a testament to the passage of time, a silent witness to the joys and sorrows that have played out in its shadow. Its walls have seen the best and worst of humanity, from the bravery of the keepers to the tragic loss of the young girls. Each brick and beam holds a story, a fragment of history that contributes to the lighthouse's enduring mystique, a place where history and the supernatural intertwine, leaving visitors with a sense of wonder and a shiver down their spines. As they walk through the lighthouse, they can't help but feel the weight of its past, the invisible threads that connect them to the souls who once lived and died here. The St. Augustine Lighthouse is more than just a navigational aid. It's a portal to another time, a place where the living and the dead coexist in a delicate balance. Thank you for braving the darkness with us tonight. The mysteries of these lighthouses and their vanished keepers continue to fascinate and frighten, a reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed. If you enjoyed tonight's journey into the shadows, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more explorations of the unknown. Until next time, keep your lights burning bright and sleep tight if you dare.